Hey everybody, Will Hamilton here, and we're going to be looking at the Novak Djokovic James Blake third round match at the US Open in this video. Before we get to that analysis, let me quickly plug a free course we have put together that teaches you how to use pro level tactics. And what we do is we go frame by frame. We really break down pro points by Federer, Nadal, some other pros. We talk about the tactics they are using, and then we teach you how you can use the same tactics the very next time you step on the court. So again, that's a free course. It's available until Monday. So if you want to get a hold of it, just click the link in the description below, and you can go check it out. So with that in mind, we've got Novak versus James Blake, and you know Novak has been, he had a tough first round match, 5 sets. He got through it, and then his next round, the next round against Petchner, he won in straights, but the third set was pretty tight. And we haven't heard much from JB lately. But playing at the US Open, he's obviously going to be really motivated, and the crowd is going to help him out. So what, Novak, I think has been playing well. So I think the onus really here is on JB. He's going to have to step his game up if he wants to win this match. And I think the first key for him is to serve extremely well. And that doesn't mean hit outright aces, but let's just say we got a deuce court serve. JB wants that high first serve percentage, and he wants, hit effective first serves, not necessarily outright aces, because you want to make sure you have a high first serve percentage, but you want to be in control from the first ball. So you want to put enough pressure on Djokovic, who is a great returner. You want to put enough pressure so that you get a lot of balls somewhere in the middle of the court where JB can just attack off the first ball, preferably on the forehand. That will be, the forehand off the first ball will be facilitated more on the ad court, where he serves and then he's hitting a forehand. This is a forehand for a righty up here, off the first ball. So Djokovic is a very good returner. Gets a lot of balls in play. So you really don't want to give him looks at a second serve where he might go after some of those, but the point is more likely to be neutral from the get-go. So high first serve percentage, and then first strike off of the first ball is the first key. The second is, particularly in backhand-to-backhand rallies, I think JB, needs to be real aggressive. Not insanely aggressive, but he needs to play basically high-risk tennis, because he's not going to be able to win this match just trying to grind it out with Djokovic. So we've got a backhand-to-backhand rally here. And Djokovic has a sweet two-handed backhand, one of the best on tour. And JB's backhand is it's certainly not to the level of Djokovic's. So I think Blake needs to look to run around, hit a lot of forehands, and try and control most points off the forehand and get Djokovic moving. Because if he tries to get into protracted cross-court exchanges, first of all, his backhand is going to break down sooner than Djokovic's. Djokovic is just rock solid off that side. But Djokovic, one of the things that makes him such a tough player is that his down-the-line backhand is money. It's one of the best on tour. Just generally speaking, one of the things, someone like Jankovic on the women's tour also has a great down-the-line backhand. Having a good down-the-line backhand is just a big weapon in general. So Djokovic has got that, and if you get an exchange where it's going back and forth a couple times, that's just going to give Djokovic a lot of looks to do something with the tennis ball. So JB has to keep the point short, and he needs to be aggressive. He needs to keep the point short by being aggressive, and I think that's how he gives himself a chance in this match. High first serve percentage, control the point from the very first ball. And then when you get into rallies, you got to look for opportunities to attack and be pretty aggressive, because again, the longer the point goes on, the more that favors Djokovic. With that said, I think Djokovic wins this in 4 sets. Blake hasn't been performing at the highest level recently. I do think the crowd and the fact that he's going to be amped up will get him through at least 1 set. But I think this is too much of an ask at this point. So Djokovic in 4 sets. Please let me know what you think of this analysis in the comments below. And if you are interested in that free course, again, just the link in the description, You know, I think you're really going to like the course because, you know, I think it's pretty cool, but I'm obviously biased. But check it out if you're interested in learning some of those pro tactics because that's stuff you can apply the next time you hit the court.